Greetings and welcome back to Drassier TMD. My name is Drassier and you are watching Let's Play Space Engineers. Yes indeed, welcome back. Okay, so I'm actually doing a little bit of time traveling right now. The sun is still up because I haven't actually done anything yet, although I have. I'm just establishing where we are prior to and what's about to happen, which you'll see now. Yes, indeed, a little bit of a montage, or a little bit more of a montage I should say, since I already made one. If you haven't seen that already, it's not necessary to watch it, but please do. I spent a lot of time on that one. There's a bit of an audio bug with that one, but I think we've got it sorted out. When I say we, I mean Robin Shield was instrumental in giving me some tips on how to change some settings on my various devices, my recording software, editing, all that kind of stuff. What am I doing? I am so discombobulated right now. Oh no, I did want to go in there. I wanted to go in there so I could do this. I always forget to turn the crosshair back on. I find it very difficult to play without it. Let's see, what do I have in my... Nothing. We have nothing in there. So let's go ahead and hook up and we can probably go ahead and grab some stuff out of the container. Whoops, using the gyros, shouldn't be doing that. And there we go, all hooked up. I will fill that up with components and then we shall be good to go. So, there's quite a lot to do today, which is why I was doing some montages, because I had promised that I would turn on some sort of combative element of the game to make it more interesting, and one episode is really not enough time to do that, so we're going to go ahead and get started on some of the other things that I had in mind. You already saw what I was working on over by the nickel, silicon and magnesium mine. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to work on automating this today. I may run it manually, I don't know. I'm going to see how much time I have. I can cut a lot down if I need to, but one of the things I wanted to do for certain is to upgrade the rover with weapons. Let's see, let's go to the assembler. Yep, assembler's fine. And I want to use the blocks, small blocks. And I want to create a Gatling gun? Yes, at least one Gatling gun. Oh, how much stuff do I have in my inventory? Quite a bit. Well, let's dump that in the car actually. Cargo is what I've named it. I had to lock them because somebody kept taking my stuff. Actually, let's take that out and go ahead and drop that into the large cargo because the refineries will sort that out. Excellent, this is all the stuff I wanted, so let's switch that over and go to M and take all of this out. Let's go ahead and do as many of those as we possibly can, and then take the rest in steel plates. And we're going to be taking those with us over to the mining site, which I have just started setting up. I didn't want to actually start drilling until you guys could see it proper and for me to be all like, ooh, ah. Though I did have to do a little bit of troubleshooting. Oh my, whoa. Was that me, or did I just see like the whole base shake then? It doesn't seem to be disconnected from the voxels. Oh my, if that had happened, that would be terrible. I was about to say hilarious. You heard the of hilarious, but no, not hilarious at all. Oh, I've also forgotten to put all my signals back on because I was too busy trying to make it look pretty and not have a bunch of signals. Let's turn off the ore detector because I don't need that. Yeah, so upgrading the rover is one thing I need to do. I would like to do. I want to add a weapon to that. I am going to have to sacrifice some cargo space for that. I want to add weapons to the base. I do want to build a flying miner, though since I'm making this facility here, it shouldn't be necessary because I'm going to be doing a lot of mining using these big drills here. I don't know exactly how much it's going to gain me. Let's turn it back around. So one of the suggestions I had a while back from, I think it may have been MX Duke, who said I should put some lights on my various things, and I had done that with my base back there, which has been dismantled by now. But this one, whoa, this one and the base I have over there doesn't have quite as much lighting, so I'll have to add some lighting, and when we get a chance I definitely want to get this rig going. So I don't know that I really showcased what I did with this during the montage. I think it just kind of slid by it. But it's got enough pistons here to really drop it down quite a ways while this is spinning. It'll have to be slowly because otherwise it's not going to work very well. It's only got one battery and that's not going to be enough to power this thing. So I'm going to be setting up some turbines for that. And yeah, we're going to go from there. Now that's a big question. Did I actually make any interior plates? I probably didn't, did I? I went all that way and didn't make an interior plate. Fabulous. All I was focused on was adding a gun to the rover. So speaking of which, since we're here and I'm kind of talking about it, I'm probably going to remove these solar panels. They're nice for a sort of an emergency kind of, but they're useless. They don't gain nearly enough power to run the car. I'd have to leave it out and powering up for quite a long time for it to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cargo container out and put a conveyor, take off the solar panels, and then I'm going to put on a turret. And since we're here, let's go ahead and do that. Okay. One of the things I want to make sure of before I disconnect this thing is that it doesn't have anything in it. Oh, you know what? Let's find out which one this is. There we go. Incomplete. Medium cargo 2. That's 1, so this must be the front one. Let's go ahead and rename that. Oops, control panel. Cargo 1 is actually the front cargo. This one doesn't matter because I'm about to dismantle it anyway, but I am going to have to fix it back up so I can take the stuff out of it. Okay, so let's just go ahead with the plan. Is this a hard point? No, it's actually connected on the bottom. That was the whole reason for connecting it to the bottom. And now I need to find a conveyor. So that's all 4 of those. Those are going sideways. There we go. Now, given I'm being super careful because the last time I tried to do this, I messed it up. I didn't see that I hadn't connected it properly, and I spent quite a long time trying to troubleshoot it. Let's see. Do I need one of these? Probably. Yes. Okay, let's turn this around. Okay. Oh, you know what would have been better? Is if I built up the connector before I did this, because I would have spent so much time troubleshooting, trying to figure out why it wouldn't work. As it is, I've got plenty of room to build that up if I need to. I need lots and lots of... Oh, don't tell me we don't have enough construction components. Oh, we're going to have to go back anyway. I know I don't have enough in the truck for this and for the weapon. That's enough for the... Oh, of course it's broken. Oh my word. This is going swimmingly so far. Let's take those out. Let's take as many of these out as we can, as many of those as we can. Let's go ahead and build this up. I need more construction components. Fortunately not... Aha! I didn't actually build this in the right place anyway, because I need to dismantle this. Okay. Back to the good part. There we go. And I will definitely need more construction components. However, once this is online, we will be officially a military force of 1 rover with 1 Gatling gun on the top. That's okay. That's okay. We are going to need to travel back though, because there's a few things I forgot to get, because I'm a fool. Particularly the interior plate. So I'll see you once I get back. Okay, we're back at base and I've got some more components, and I figured while I'm here I may as well do this. Look at that. Fully functional. Ooh, it even moves. Creepy and completely useless because we don't have any ammo for it. I now have the components to finish off the connectors that are over there. Whoops, come on now, you can do it. There we go. Connectors that are over here, not connectors, sorry, conveyor tubes, which we will now do. And this should be entirely piped up, which means that as soon as I... Oh, no, no, see? This is not finished. The conveyor sorter. Excellent. So I'm going to set that up basically to draw all so that it just takes the ore right out, because that's what I want it to do. Conveyor sorter. Drain all. Yes, drain all. Drain all, I say. I am most certainly going to need to add more storage to this, given what we're going to be mining. Ice cannot be processed right away. I'm not using it for power. It's going to be used for fuel, as in when I start using hydrogen-powered ships or the like. So, let's go ahead and start building some lovely stuff. We're going to need more of these plates. Unknown signal. Which of course is coming down over there where I was just a moment ago. Oh well, I'm going to leave it. I've got too much I want to do right now that I don't want to have to deal with that. Of course, there's none in there, but I bet you anything there's plenty in here. Yes, lots and lots of steel plate. So we're just going to go ahead and build off of here. And is that one more layer? Yep. It does mean I'm going to have to fill this back in because it's going to look, excuse me, it's going to look kind of weird, but we won't worry about that too much right now. 8. We want to have that be there, and that should be orientated decently enough. And then on this side, I am going to add more. Yes, I think I might refine ores right here where they are, just because. Shall I do that? Will I do that? Won't I do that? I think we will. And since we have on this side nothing in particular, I'm leaning with my head to try and see things when I don't have to, because that's what the controls are for. 1, 2, technically 3. Now let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, which actually brings us up above the drill piston. Oh my goodness, the clang summoner. Now, people have said that clang is to be worshipped, and I have already given my opinions on that. So my question is clang something that if you appease, he will not harm you? Or does summoning clang bring destruction? That's my question. Because in my experience, it's been... any encounter with clang has been painful. I've actually built something like this before, and the results are amusing. If I can find the picture, I might flash that up on screen to show you. But yeah, it was basically a tangled mess of pistons, and oddly enough was initially, I'm going into the wrong places, was initially prevented by the fact that the share inertia tensor was on, and then for some reason it went haywire and was fixed by turning it off. Now I don't know how that function works, so I don't quite understand that, but then what do I know, etc, etc. Frazzled. Oh, because I've been trying to make this montage that the 9.5, which was a bit of a cheat, by the way. I apologize for that. It was kind of cheap. The reason I did it, and the reason I'm doing a lot of this stuff off camera, or I had done, I guess, for the other montage at the beginning of the video, is because I don't have time. I promised that I would arm this base and everything else up to where I could do some more aggressive actions against whatever drones and things that might be thrown my way. But in order to do so, I need magnesium. Magnesium being the primary thing that I'm looking for, which is why this particular thing, this rig, is built directly on top of what I hope to be a fairly sizable magnesium deposit. And if not, I'm also going to be getting iron, silicon and nickel, which I will use to build more of this base. I could have used the run function, I suppose, there, but that would have been too easy. Now I want, since I'm deciding that this is the way forward, I want the refineries. Do I have the large refineries on here? I thought I had them on my hotbar already. I lose track of what I have on there. Let's go ahead and just type it in, because that makes it faster. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it makes it faster. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Let's see. We want to go that way around. Oh, should we have it curving around to that way, towards the ground? Let's do that, actually. I quite like that idea. Okay, so we're going to take all this down that I just did, including this. It's all just steel plate at this point, and we're going to curve this round to the behind us, effectively. Let's add one more. There we go. Yes. Okay, what was I doing? I was adding a refinery, at least one refinery, to the mix. we go. While I am already rambling, let me go ahead and thank a few people. I tend to do this a lot, and it's because I believe that people should be appropriately mentioned when they have been helpful, and these people have. I already mentioned MX Duke, who I wanted to thank for their comments. Barry Sutters, thank you also for your comment. I would really appreciate it. Tech Fusion has given me a couple of helpful hints and or suggestions, including calling me out on my spelling errors. Forget spelling, I can't even speak. Which I appreciate, because there's nothing worse than spelling something wrong and then nobody telling you about it. So I'm extremely grateful for that. Shall I do 2? Or excuse me, shall I do 3? It's only going to be 7 drills working once. They're going to be moving slowly. The refinement process won't take very long with those. I think 2 is enough. 2 should be enough. But instead of putting a conveyor on here just yet, let's go ahead and do the same trick I did before, which is, welder. That welder will go there, like so, and weld up that one. Oh, did I make a boo-boo? Did I make an error? I did, but that's actually easily fixable because of how much room I left for this. Isn't that a good idea in hindsight? Because it definitely wasn't why I did it. But if anybody asks, I will tell them that that's how it was meant to happen. And none of you will ever tell them otherwise. I mean, you can, I suppose. But I would appreciate it if you didn't. Okay, what am I going to need? I'm going to need... Actually, I can put a lot of these components in there right away. Except for the construction components. The components that I actually need. Okay. Construction components. I'll have to collect them from elsewhere from now on. Which I think I can do it from the welder itself. Oh, steel plate. Oh, of course it takes was it 1,000? Oh, 1,200. It takes 1,200. Do I really not have any more of those in here? Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, tell you what. Let's do a thing. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There's not enough computers still. Okay, so yeah, what I wanted to do was create the assembler in the hopes of then just drilling for a bit, using the assembler to create some more of the components I need and carry on from there. So let's see, computers it's all out of. That one only has 2. I suppose I could take some from these. 5. And it's got way too much other stuff that I don't want to have to take out right now. Yeah, I'm just going to head back. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. I was thanking people, wasn't I? So let's see. MX Duke, Barry Sutters, Tech Fusion... Oh, Robin Shield. Robin Shield, I already mentioned at the beginning, but has been extremely kind in trying to help me with a number of my settings. And I wanted to thank him again very much, because it's really very helpful and very kind of him to take the time to do that. One of the things I was going to... Wow, I came out of the darkness. One of the things I was going to mention was that these hydrogen generators don't serve as much of a purpose as I was hoping, because the amount of energy they generate and how much is drained by the H2O2 generator itself, there seems to be some weird there's diminishing returns or something like that going on that I can't seem to overcome. Now that's certainly true of the planes because of the thrusters. There we go. And then I think I can put quite a lot of... Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Am I even heading towards the... the back, the ramp. Oh yes, luckily I am hit right on it. I don't know if you guys can see as well or as badly as I can. Oof, every time it sparks it scares me. But I could not see a thing just then. Okay, you, my pretty, can stay right there. I'm going to switch this back on and hopefully we have enough of the things that we need. On. Yes! Yes! Okay, as soon as I hook this back up, I can start drilling and refining. And I will have enough storage there. I can assemble things. We no longer have to be beholden to the original base, the mine. I'm going to have to start thinking up actual decent names because this is also a mine. In fact, this is a real mine. Wait, the other one was supposed to be an iron mine, wasn't it? Which is kind of ironic because I've been getting enough iron to build everything I've needed so far just drilling out rock. What am I missing? Yep, that. So, small steel tubes and motors. And construction components. I apologize, by the way, if I ever do start to say something to make an explanation or to explain a thought and then never get back round to it. Even in editing sometimes, I cannot remember what it was I was going to say. It's very frustrating for me, so I realize that you guys might be frustrated also, but we're in the same boat on this one, I promise you. It's never a fun ride for me either. Oh, that's right, I also wanted to create one of these for the power. I don't think I have any girders. I always say things like that and then it turns out that I do. So let's find out. Do we have any girders? Whoops, that's not how you spell girders. Lots of girders. I'm all turned around. Gosh, if I get spatially disorientated on the ground, imagine what it's going to be like when we get to space. Oh, that's something I'm looking forward to. Once we establish some decent mines and get our resources going, we're going to build some sort of mobile base thing to carry not all the stuff here because we want the mining facilities to remain functional, most of them. And then we're going to go find, oh, we'll have to scout it first, but we're going to go find the moon. And we're going to go build a base directly under the moon, and from there we are going to launch our first spaceships, because we are going to need to set up a platinum facility on the moon. Oh, it's going to be amazing. So, what have I done here that... suppose I could... Oh, what's this? Oh, it's ice left over from where I was drilling these out. So what I had to do, and it may have been in the video, I don't know, I cannot remember at the moment. I had to clamp onto this, lower it down in order to fit the rotor in, yes, because it wouldn't have fit otherwise, and then bring it back up and connect it, and it almost caused its own problems right there and then. Okay, so we just need a lot more steel plate, and you know what I did? You know what I did? I put the bottles into the car, I refilled them, and then I never took them out again. Okay, so while we are here, let's go actually over to the battery since it has a access control panel. Oh, okay, cool, yeah, it's recharging because we just made the turbine. That's good. This is the rotor. This is going to have to turn the velocity of, let's just say 1. Whoa, no, that's too fast. That is too fast. 0.1. Oh no, it is not stable. I mean, I knew that, but it's very not stable. Like, we're all gonna die not stable. Okay, let's just go ahead and test it. We're just gonna do it. Just gonna see what happens. Drills on. That is a lot of shake. Let's just because for some reason it says piston 2, I don't know why. Let's go ahead and move this one forward at a velocity of 0.1. That's too fast. It's too fast. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking to yourself, that's too fast? How could that be? It's because as it's going down, it also needs to turn. Maybe I can get away with turning the rotors a bit faster, so let's go ahead and grab the rotor. I'm literally doing this live. I'm hoping that this is going to work. Let's go 0.5. Okay. Yes. What I don't want to happen is for it to go down too far, too fast, and then get hung up. That's as fast as I dare spin it, because if it goes again too fast, it won't drill the outside edge fast enough and it will end up banging into the outer drills. So this is as fast as I dare spin the rotors, and for the reason of not wanting to break everything. I could honestly sit here and watch this all day. I find it very therapeutic, weirdly enough. I'm sure you don't want to have to watch this, so let's go ahead and skip ahead until I've taken care of some other housekeeping things, get this sorted out, maybe build the other refinery, that sort of thing, and I'll see you in just a bit. Just realized how strange the rover looks without its solar panels. Looks strange to me anyway. Whoop. Whoa. Oh goodness. Oh, I am sliding out. Sliding out. Turn into the spin, Barbie! And brakes. No. You know why? Because we're not parked yet. We will stop when we are parked. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no, I fell in. Whoa. I just wanted to have a look, Ma. I just wanted to have a look. Really hoping I'm going to hit the stone layer soon, because as soon as I do, I will be able to start building more complex stuff. He says as he hits stone? Or dare I to dream that maybe magnesium? Magnesium's further down. What is that then? That's so... Oh gosh! How did I survive? How did I survive? I didn't even take any damage, not from the fall. Wait a second. No, wait. Okay. Weird. Ugh. OSHA is going to be all over this. Ice, ice, baby. It's nickel! Oh, okay, so it was being pulled directly into the refinery. Apparently I have some iron. Wait a minute, do I have large steel? Oh, I do have some large steel tubes. Sweet! I'll take those, because I wanted to finish this. Oh. Weird. Apparently it doesn't need computers. So we have some nickel, at the very least. And what I could do if I build myself a flying miner, an atmospheric miner, I can actually... Oh, it's getting really wobbly. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. With a flying miner, I can actually drop down into this hole and just mine this stuff out from right where it is. I could also build another rig. See, I love, as much as I like having ships and everything, I love the idea of building these bizarre rigs that, let's say it came down like so, and then kind of went that away and just turned from side to side, drilling and then pushing forward and drilling and pushing forward. I mean, you could accomplish that with 3 drills and just keep. Whoa! Okay. That time I hurt myself. That time I really did. Okay. Let's maybe not stand anywhere near this. How far down to the stone layer? Welcome back to a different day, a different t-shirt, same location, and as you can see, the piston hideousness has dropped quite a way, and I'm going to tempt fate by jumping in this time for realsies, because apparently my safety means nothing. We've actually hit magnesium and stone, so we're getting all the components we need now. Ooh, that was quite loud. All the components we need now to build up the lights, finish up a few things here and there, build this up. I've already got another... Oh, actually, did I ever build that one? I know I put one up here, but I didn't put one up here. That's one of the things I was going to do. So yeah, the episode didn't end up being quite as long as I thought it was. So I'm doing a bit more for the episodes. I guess that's it. We'll just kind of finish up a few things here and then call it a day. Before I forget, again, Barry Sutters, who I mentioned as having left a comment the other day, actually pointed out that I can make a medical station, a medical room, or whatever you want to call it. I don't have the silver for it yet, but there's gold and silver over there, and what I plan to do is something similar to this, if not the same. I don't know, we'll find out. I kind of want to try something different, and I will get some silver, and we'll definitely install medical rooms in all the places that need them. But for right now, I'm going to take care of getting a few things kind of welded up, and I'll be right with you. Oh, one thing I completely forgot to do was to switch this on. What does it need? Computers, large steel tubes, and lots of steel plate. Well, I've got some steel plate for you. Alright, so taking a look around, looks like we're mostly done. It does make me a little bit anxious that this is the only thing holding up this entire rig. Yeah. What we can do though is this. It should be thin enough. Oh, there we go. One of those. Oh, those are going to take a lot of steel plate to make. Alright, so yeah, I think this is going to be good for today. In fact, let me take care of these lights really quick, and then I'll sign off. Oh, something else I realized whilst I was editing. I realized that I didn't have to swap this out because they have conveyor ports on the sides of the Gatling guns. I could actually hook it up from multiple different points. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Basically the scout rover is supposed to be a scout. It's not supposed to have a large cargo capacity, so it's not a huge deal. Ooh, I think the other refinery is done. So I'm going to leave it more or less as it is, and just kind of build it up and change it as I see fit to be more, not combat orientated, but you know, it's supposed to be a scout. It's supposed to go out by itself, be able to defend itself, but also be able to look for ore and stuff like that, which was the whole point in the first place. So I'm just going to leave that as is. Sweet. 2 reactors. Oh, listen to that thing fire up. There we go. Okay. If I am correct, and since we're hooked up to the system here, this should have pulled some of the ammo, which it did. 2 in the assembler. Can we just put all 5 in there? Yes, we can. So we have got the Gatling gun fully stocked up. We're not ready for a fight, but we can at least fire back. So yes, as of next episode, drones will be on. We'll see how that fares. I'm not quite sure if I actually need a pirate base for them to spawn from, or if some of them just spawn by themselves. We will find out. If I can look at that in between times, and if it is a requirement, I will set up a pirate base somewhere. Unfortunately, I'll know about it, but it's my fault for not having them switched on in the first place when the world spawned. That's okay. It's not a huge deal because when we get into space, they'll spawn all by themselves just fine, and that will be the real challenge, is the space stuff, especially when we start adding things like the various mods that adds more challenging encounters and stuff like that. I might in between time just try and drill a bit more, maybe upgrade some of this stuff. I won't do too much else, but just to get something secure, make it look a little bit nicer, something that you guys may not be interested in. If you are interested, let me know and I can definitely feature that in some of my episodes, but I don't know, I guess we'll see how it goes. I might add some more lights to sort of aim upwards as well, not just the ones that are facing down this way, and maybe even some that come downwards. I might just do that actually, just leave these ones as is and add more. Anyway, I've been rambling for long enough. This episode has gone on long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed the montages. I had a real struggle with those because of the audio issues, but in doing so I've discovered much more. I've found some other things that have helped out a lot in the process of making videos, so that's kind of cool. You know, whenever you learn, you gain, so regardless of whether it was negative to begin with, a positive came out of it, so that's great. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this episode, please go ahead and hit that button because it would mean a lot to me. Comment, as I said, if you have any suggestions, or just want to say hey, I mean, that's fine too. If you want to subscribe also, if you haven't already, please do so. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to make sure you get notified of when new episodes come up. You all have a good one, and I will see you on the other side.